What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Concrete Edge right here on Deco-Crete TV. My name's Jeff, and on today's show, we're going to be taking a look at one of the hottest trends in decorative concrete right now. Because honestly, hand-textured concrete overlays, they just give you the ultimate freedom to create one-of-a-kind custom floors on every single job. So stay tuned, and you're going to learn all about it. So, concrete overlays, they have been around for quite some time now. I mean, even all the way back in the 1960s, concrete craftsmen had already started to mess with cementitious mixtures. They used these to repair and resurface concrete slabs. Now, at that time, this was more of a functional thing than for decorative purposes, but that was the beginnings of what now has become a big part of the concrete industry. I mean, really, there are tons of decorative concrete contractors who make a full-time living on nothing but overlays. Now, things certainly have gotten a lot easier than they were back in the 1980s, 90s, and even 2000s. I mean, all the great pre-bagged mixes out there, not even to mention the tools and equipment, as well as stains and top coat options. And there are also tons of different finishing options when it comes to concrete overlays. I mean, this could be as simple as just pulling a broom across it, or it could be all the way up to a stamped overlay, which is really the absolute closest thing that you're ever gonna get to real stamped concrete. But hand texturing concrete overlays is really one of the most creative and customizable techniques in the world of decorative concrete. I mean, it allows you to transform literally any concrete surface into a work of art. Now, whether you're trying to mimic the rustic beauty of wood or natural patterns of stone, or just creating your own unique design, I mean, this handcrafted method is gonna be essential for adding depth and personality to thin concrete overlays. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna look like stamped overlay, but it is gonna be really, really close, maybe even cooler, and it does cost you less. And the best part is that you're creating the texture by hand, so you're not bound to any pre-made stamp sets, and you can really just let your creativity run wild. Now, the overlay that you're going to use for this is going to be different material than that of stamped overlay, and what you're looking for is more of a trowel grade or a micro topping overlay. And guess what? Here at Deco-Crete, those two things are simply called trowel overlay and micro topping. Now, there is a variety of different tools that can be used to create texture on overlays like this, and these include like pool trowels or just finished trowels in general, brushes, rollers, or pretty much just anything else that you can find to create the look that you're looking for. So when it comes to trowels, I mean, honestly, just a little pool trowel is probably gonna be your best friend on this, and this is a great tool no matter what kind of texture you're creating. I mean, honestly, you can create a wood grain texture using nothing but this little tiny pool trowel here, but also some brushes are gonna come in handy to create wood grain and things like that. But this trowel is also something you can swirl your overlay around. You can actually create some texture that kind of looks like slate or stone. And no matter what you do with other tools, having a trowel like this is essential because at some point, you're probably gonna need to knock down a little bit of the texture you created, so a pool trowel is a must-have tool. Now, when it comes to brushes, I mean, there's a variety of different brushes that can be used here. Obviously, for wood grain, this is gonna be essential, but brushes can come in handy no matter what you're doing. There could also be some rollers. I mean, I'm not talking as much about textured rollers that are made for like vertical concrete or something like that, but just simple drywall texture rollers can create a really, really cool effect. But also sponges and little sponge floats like this one here can work really, really good as well. Now, you could also even use a hopper gun to spray the overlay when you're applying it, and this is gonna give it a stippled effect, which is gonna be a whole nother thing altogether. I mean, the point is that there is no right or wrong for the tools that you use to create the texture. It is all about the final look, so don't be afraid to experiment on your own, because who knows, your go-to thing might not even be on this table right now. Now, when it comes to creating grout lines or seams in your overlay, I mean, honestly, the best thing to do is gonna be some fiber reinforced grout tape. So this tape is available in a variety of different sizes, from 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, all the way up to 3/4 inch. So you can create a ton of different size grout lines or seams using nothing but this tape. It is super easy to use. All you're gonna do is, after your base coat of overlay, you're just gonna put your tape down in whatever pattern you want. And again, the beauty is that, if you don't like what you have, until that overlay goes down, you can always pull that tape up and redo it. And please check out our full episode on using grout tape to create custom overlay patterns. Now, when it comes to wood grain patterns, another option over tape would be to just cut your pattern in later. And what I mean by that is you're just gonna go ahead and put your overlay down over the entire area, create the grain effect in the direction you want it to run, and then you can come back the next day with one of these little carbide tile cutting tools, and you can simply just score your lines in. This is gonna give you a little bit tighter of a seam, different look. Again, no right or wrong. Now, after you're all done creating that texture and your overlay had a chance to clear out, I mean, water-based stains are really just a great way of adding color, and some texture enhancer is another way to create an antiquing effect that is super, super easy to do. So all in all, I mean, hand textured concrete overlays just give you the freedom to create truly one-off custom artwork on every single job. Well guys, that's pretty much it for today's show. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, man. We really, really do appreciate all the support that you guys show to the channel. So from all of us here at Deco-Crete TV, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.